What's up? My name's James. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do a book haul because this month I picked up a few different books. Pretty much all of them are used except for, well, I guess one or two. So really this is kind of like a shout out used bookstores video. A few of these deals that I got, I'm super happy about. And so I thought, you know what, why not shout out used bookstores and yeah, just talk about some of the books that I found. So I don't think this will be a super long video, but yeah, we'll just jump straight into it. I'm gonna get the like disclaimer one out of the way because I don't think it technically counts, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway because technically I did spend an Audible credit to get it this month, and that, wait. I struggled to read this book physically, and a couple of my really good friends, Robert, I've talked about him before, and my friend Corbin just started reading this series while on vacation and flew through, I think, 3 books. And Robert swears by this series, just that it gets so incredible. And that is Dresden Files. I really struggled reading Stormfront. I DNF'd it, did not like Harry Dresden as a character at all. Harry Dresden came off as a little bit too like tip of the hat milady, and I got tired of reading it a little bit. But then Corbin goes on vacation and he's talking about these books that he's taking on vacation, and he took both of the Bloodsworn books. I thought he took Royal Assassin, and instead, the whole time he's talking to us about how great Dresden is. He did read Shadow of the Gods. I felt betrayed that he would read Dresden Files over Royal Assassin. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And so I was like, you know what? People online say that the audiobook is really good, and to just get past Stormfront. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm listening. I have officially made it farther in the audiobook today than I did reading this physically. I'm enjoying the audiobook a little bit more. I think that the narrator provides character to Dresden, that some of the things that he says aren't as bad hearing them as they are me reading them in my mind and just like picturing the guy. It adds some personality a little bit that I think it was lacking. And so that's my like kind of cheater haul mention is Stormfront. The next one was one of those moments where you walk into a bookstore, and actually the next 2 that I have to mention are from the same bookstore. My wife and I have learned that if you walk into this place and they have something that you have been looking for, buy it, because it's usually in fantastic condition. You cannot beat the price. It's a really great bookstore. But anyway, it can make a really good find that's in really good condition, super cheap, like super cheap. And so whenever I walked in there and when I saw all of the Rhaenyra Revelations, I knew that I had to get it because, you know, you look at one of these bad boys, $18 new US, and they had all 3 of them there. The Theft of Swords edition is easily the one that's in the worst shape. It's kind of got like the whole broken spine thing, and a few of the pages are not like stained to the point that they're like disgusting, but it's a used book, fringing on the edges and stuff. But that isn't a big deal to me. I care more about like what's in there. And it's a floppy. That's great. This book could suck and I'm gonna love reading it because it's a floppy trade paperback. Yeah, like $10 US for 6 books, I guess. 3 omnibus editions that are floppy trade paperbacks. That's a steal. My other find also comes from Hooked on Books. I walked into the store and I knew that I had to have them. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I'm talking about Words of Radiance and Oathbringer, my 2 absolute favorite Stormlight books, 2 of my favorite books of all time. I have been waiting to get these in hardcover because, I mean, it's a little hard to justify buying all 4 of these outright. At least for me it is. I have been just waiting for a good used hardcover to come in. They pretty consistently have used editions of Rhythm of War, and they're almost always in kind of rough shape. I mean, they're almost always, you know, is some tearing on the dust jacket. The spines are really warped or broken. There was one that smelled like cigarettes. I was like, why did you take this? These are easily just like the best condition. You can tell that it's a little used here, and then it's got the dot but a little use is completely different than a book being trashed. I mean, this is 150% so readable. Like, oh, I'm so excited for this. The other thing, and the reason that I say excited for this, is because next year, I'm debating when to officially start it, but I am going to be doing a reread of everything Stormlight leading up to book 5. I know that book 5 has been kind of delayed with this being Sanderson's Hollywood year, but I am optimistic that we will still see some really great Stormlight news. He's still updating on the progress of the book. And so I'm looking at maybe like late spring, early summer, starting this read along or this reread for me, and working my way through Way of Kings, all the way through Rhythm of War, including Dawn Shard, Edge Dancer, anything Stormlight related, we're gonna read it. And I am so excited because I have only listened to these. It's a huge reason why I got back into reading was from listening to the Stormlight archive on my commute back and forth from work. And I just absolutely fell in love with these books. This series is really, really close to my heart. It's close to a lot of people's hearts. And I think that that would be a really fun thing for us to kind of do as a community, as a group, to kind of, I'm sure there's going to be a million rereads happening, but I'm gonna do one too. I think it'll be a lot of fun to reread these. I'll get to read them physically for the first time, which will finally mean that I can spell the names that I've been able to pronounce for so long. And then the best part is, whenever you're listening to them, you don't get to see like all of the beautiful art. Like these books are just full of beautiful art. I mean, I think that they're just some of the most beautiful books. They're just tomes, you know? I am so excited for that. And I hope that you'll be around to join me for it. My last little addition I was hoping would get here, and then I got notified by Amazon that it was delayed. It is my copy of Demon in White for the next book in the Sun Eater read-along that's going on over on the Grimoire Discord. Howling Dark has been a ride. I've been enjoying it so much more than Empire of Silence. And I think I'll kind of talk about that whenever I'm planning to do a review of Howling Dark. I'll probably review all of the books in Sun Eater. And it's been just a great time. And so that's my last little one that I'm going to kind of tack on there at the end, is Demon in White. I'll have a copy of it coming in here in a couple days. Book hauls are weird. I don't know quite how to get into them or get out of them. This is the first one that I've ever done. I think that that's really all I've got. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell so you can see anytime that I post a video. In the comments below, tell me what you have bought this month. It's like the second best part of reading is like buying books. I think some people actually prefer buying books to reading. I think that there's an addiction there. If there is something really cool that you bought this month, or just books that you're stoked about, or even just books that you picked up because you're an impulse buyer like me, drop it in the comments what you bought this month. I'd love to hear what you guys are reading. So I do think that that's all I've got for now. So I will catch you in the next one.